Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the new podcast. This is me, Vivian, your new host for the Infinite Mosaic. Today, we're gonna portray a beautiful, inspirational woman. This is then Adejoke Bakare, self-made chef in a beautiful restaurant called Shushuru in central London.
Yeah.
It's been awarded by the Michelin star this year after opening barely for a year. This is joking.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Vivian.
Thank you so much for being here today. It's such an
It's a
honor.
pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And as is our first edition ever, could you introduce to our audience, please?
Okay, so my name is Adejoke Bakare. I come from Nigeria. I moved to the UK about 25 years ago, doing something different. I was supposed to go to uni, changed my mind, did a couple of jobs, but I always wanted to cook, but never knew how to go about it. Eventually, fast forward 2019, went into a competition. I applied for a competition, and I won the amateur category, and the prize was 3 months pop up in Brixton. So it was rent free pop up in Brixton just to trial out the concept. And eventually, I didn't open until during the pandemic, 2020 opened up. We quickly amassed ourselves a following. We built a community around ourselves that loved the food, told their friends, and eventually we just grew and grew. Won a couple of awards, got into the National Restaurant Awards, then moved into central London because we wanted, for business reason, we wanted lunch trade and we didn't want to open 7 days a week. Moved into central London 5 months after we moved in, we won a Michelin star. So
How
it's been amazing.
incredible. I can imagine.
It's been amazing, I
Ah,
have to say.
fantastic. Really. And your passion for food, how long do you have that in your heart?
Oh gosh, I've always wanted to cook, not just eat. I've always wanted to cook. I loved cooking. I loved experimenting. For me, when I go into markets, because I grew up in Africa, the way we put the food in the market, the
Yeah.
ingredients, you put tomatoes like in a pyramid, you put greens and everything.
Yeah.
And every time I go, I see, there's this pleasure in me that, oh my God, look at fresh produce. What can I do with it? And
Nice.
people then, when they knew, it was like, are you the slightly bonkers thinking like that? But I'd always wanted to cook, yes.
That's so cool. Really. Now it's really good to have a passion and to make a living out of it.
Yeah,
That's really
I'm
good.
so blessed to be able to do that, to have a passion, and that passion becomes something that helps me pay my rent.
I guess that can help. So, did you actually think to start a business when you had the opportunity to do that contest, or even before that?
Before that, I was looking because I'd always done dinner parties in my house. I was one of those people who would call friends up and say, "Oh, we're doing something. I'm cooking. Do you want to come down?" That kind of thing at the weekend. But I knew there was a Z and I was at A. It's the navigating between A and Z. I didn't have. I didn't know people, and I think there was a part of me that thought, it was unattainable. Don't even bother. But a friend of mine encouraged me to go for the competition and said, the good thing is, if you trial this and it doesn't work, you've done it.
Exactly.
So, and
You
that is
tried.
and I tried and I won. And also opening in 2020 was really good for me because it meant that time a lot of people were like, really, something happened that never happened before. And you think, oh, people have died, things have happened,
Yeah.
This could be the end of the world. why don't you try something that you've always
Yeah,
wanted?
because we never know.
You
Yeah.
never know. And since I got the opportunity, I just wholeheartedly went in. Yeah.
Awesomeness. And since you have the Grail, that Michelin star, what is your best moment since? I'm sure you've been seriously busy since that star.
Oh, yes. I've been exceptionally busy. Thank God for the star, I have to say. Because now we've become a bit more people have known us, more people are checking us out. And the other awards as well are making us more popular destination, which is good. So I think that's the best in business wise that's come out of it. But heritage wise, food wise, it's also something for me which is a personal pleasure or satisfaction, I would say, that people are beginning to be more curious about West African food, and they're not thinking that we're these people who our food culture is very basic.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I'm very happy to be a part of.
And I'm sure all the guests are happy to enjoy all those beautiful flavors. And I'm pretty sure British client guests, they do enjoy that, especially those that never try maybe African food.
Yeah.
So no, that's a really, really good thing. I have a question in mind regarding MasterChef.
Okay.
If you were to participate or asked to be on a show, would you consider it?
MasterChef, which MasterChef? To present or to cook in?
I would say mostly as a host.
Yes, please, if the money is good. If the money is good, yes, please. Because I would not lie, I see how people struggle. Like really, when they do Great British Menu, you see chefs that are really good. They've got their own restaurants. You come to a place like that and I've worked in kitchens that are not my kitchen. It is not easy cooking in somebody else's kitchen. So I commend them when I see it, and I go, hey, well done, you. That's not for me.
No, that's really, yeah, really inspirational woman.
Yeah,
You are.
thank you.
No problem. May I call you auntie, actually?
A lot of people do.
So, Auntie Joke, as now you're getting more popular and popular,
Yeah.
would you maybe release a book about your recipe or inspiration of your foods?
I get asked that at least twice a day. Every day. I think I will, but I'm not rushing into it now. It has to be a good time. It has to be a good offer.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I might. Never say never. Never say never.
Always the right time. Anytime is the right time.
Okay.
And you do have quite a lot of people from all over the world, I would say. And would you consider in the future, 'cause I know it's still a bit too early, to maybe expand or to have a Shishuru number 2?
I don't know. At the moment, I've always looked at it that Chishuru was a standalone restaurant. But maybe I could do other projects for sure. I could do other projects. But I'd always thought Chishuru was such a special place that it could only be one Chishuru. But this is life. Anything can happen. But at the moment, that is where my heart is.
Yeah.
Where Chishuru is just Chishuru. Yeah.
And for our audience, could you explain what's the meaning of Shishuru?
So Chishuru is Hausa word, and I think most ethnic community has that word where when food comes and there's a bit of silence. So Chishuru means the silence that descends when food arrives. So the silence that descends and you eat when food arrives. Yeah.
Magnifico. In terms of, so yeah, I was just mentioning releasing a book and regarding different type of collaboration, so not necessarily in hospitality, have you been maybe offered or asked to do cater for some shows maybe, or
No, I
even for
haven't.
some
It
shops or
is
stores or
no.
brands?
It's really funny. I've not been approached things like that yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So no brand collaboration to speak of. No. We've done private events. We've done two private events, and that is for maybe dinners
Yeah.
in for companies. That's it. And we've maybe because we've not looked for it. I don't know, but we've never
Okay.
been approached. Yeah. No.
Okay. Um, you are the first black female chef in the UK
Yeah.
to obtain the Michelin star. The second one in the world after Georgina
Georgina
View.
View.
It's also self-taught by my mistake.
Yeah.
She's from Benin.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now you are a really serious, busy business woman?
For one, it is sad that I'm the first black female in the UK because in this short time of me being in the industry, I've met a lot of really fantastic young people, young female chefs that the way the industry is hasn't given them a chance, which is really quite sad. But hopefully, with what has come with what Michelin has done, it would inspire more people and also empower more people to be able to push a bit more and to get to where they want to get to. But also there's this thing where we tell ourselves, oh, you need to be resilient, you need to work 10 times more than anybody else. I don't think so. I think scales have to come down off people's eyes and see that there's so much out there and we should push ourselves to be out of our comfort zones to try other things. Yeah. I think I've gone off course a little bit, but yeah.
Oh no, it's good to have an insight. So
Yeah.
to see if maybe people as well are thinking same as you or think differently,
I'm
and
sure.
yeah, it's good to have different kind of opinions. So
I'm sure.
it's really
And I
good.
think the good thing that me and Georgina have is we came out of teaching ourselves. We're not constrained by being taught. So it's always hard after you've learned something to unlearn it.
Yeah.
We kind of like did our own thing, made our own rules. And the good thing is we're accepted doing those things that we do, which is quite good. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. What would you say?
Before I say,
yeah, please.
hopefully, doing something with Georgina next year.
Oh, that will be really
Yes,
really
because at
cool.
least both of us in this space, we can, collab with different West African chefs, especially West African chefs that are in France that are doing great things now. And she's quite.
To kind of pave the way, I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
And
yeah.
no, that's good for not only for the black community, but for any kind of community that feels not represented enough.
Yeah, marginalized, basically. Yeah.
That is great, and I really hope that happens. I really hope that happens,
Fingers
honestly. What would you say? What is the dish that you would like to be there forever, to be remembered as the signature of Shishuru, or just you cuisine specifically?
I I don't know. It's like, honestly, Vivi, it's like asking me which one is my favorite child. It is hard. Hey. I don't. Okay, so there's this dish that I had in Brixton, and I've always had it. The reason it's one of the reasons why I opened actually. So most of our food in West Africa, since we have traditional religions, and around those religions, orishas and all of that, we have food cultures around it, and because there's no more worship of the orishas, those food cultures have kind of like died out.
I see.
So one of the dishes, which is a kuru, was one of those dishes that they give as food offerings to the Orisha. And before I opened, I was like, I need to bring that back, because if you go to the cities, city people don't know it because they're largely either Christian or Muslim.
True.
Not a lot of people worship traditional anymore. So that dish, I would always want to, I will bring it back, and always want to have it on the menu every time, because it just signifies who we are as Chishuru, which is modernizing hyper regional food and reintroducing it to people that now, so people that are from the region and people who are not from the region as well.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And recently, you've been listed as one of the most inspirational businesswoman, even along Taylor Swift. So that's something huge. How do you feel about that?
It still hasn't dawned on me. I still haven't put anything on my Instagram. I don't know. There's this part of me that's very. First of all, I appreciate the fact that there's recognition. I really do. And for me, there's a part of me that doesn't want to wholly embrace it, because it is not just me. There are other people there's a big team working together to get it out. And also, which is, I think, largely what it is for me, is we don't try and dwell on praise, because traditionally they say if you dwell on praise, you become somebody that is proudful, and
That's
and
very
it
true.
is bad. You
That's
shouldn't.
true.
I'm trying to unlearn that though, yeah. But I have to say it was astonishing, surprising, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that I'm living in this time, this place, and that kind of recognition is coming. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah. So,
Aww. No, really, Joke, inspirational.
oh,
Really.
thank you.
As now, since the first Michelin star
Yeah.
is in your hands now,
Yes.
what do you think is or will be the personality that inspires you the most as a guest in your restaurant?
Oh, personality. Oh, that will come to my restaurant.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've been asked that and I really don't know. Because, you know me, I like people. And it's not because of what you are or how famous you are. It's just how I gel with you. It is the best person that will come to my restaurant that I'm always looking forward to are people who've never had African food, who are open to it, and who come and go, oh, this is different. Oh, we like this.
Yeah.
You know, those are the people I'm always looking forward to having in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Not one star or anything. It's good. We have had stars come in, I have to say, but there's no one that will go, oh, I wish that person can come. It is that all the people that come that haven't had the food before, and got inspired and got hooked are the ones I'm looking forward to get.
That's really good. It's really good. How would you say is relationship between, even if I do know a little bit about it, the owners of Akoko and Ikoi? How's the relationship between all of you?
With all of us. Me, I try, because it's always been a part of me, I try and build bridges. And because essentially we're the three that people look at, because Ikoyi is partly owned by a Nigerian.
Yeah.
And it did start off as a West African place, even though it's something else now. But still, people are not allowing it to be what it is. They're still trying to shoehorn it into being West African. But more than anything, because it's partly owned by a Nigerian, and Aji is owned by a Nigerian, and myself. So in this space, we need to be able to create room for other people to come. So that is why I'm reaching out to, oh yes, we need to be, united, bore each other up. When people come to our restaurant and go, oh, where else can we go? Go check a cocoa out there around the corner. And because I feel we have a saying in Yoruba where it says the sky is large enough for all the birds and they fly and there's no accidents. So it is when you are on the ground that you're constantly pitting against each other. But when you're soaring, there's so much space and there's more space for more people. So my goal is that it will not just be the three of us in this space. There will be more. So I'm always reaching out to them, always reaching out to people to go, hey, it's cordial. It's a very cordial relationship, a cooperative relationship, yeah. Even though I think when they see me coming, they go, oh, this mad woman is coming. But they can't, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, kind of planting the seeds and try to get people to reach whatever they'd like to reach and and do what they like as well.
Yeah, because one thing I found out is, especially with minorities, the society makes room for only one person. And that one person is the preferred person. And every other person that's doing well just is silenced. And that doesn't work for us. If that one person messes up or is not there, then our culture dies. And we in West Africans here, because it's such a strong culture that I think can be a part of the British culture. So we should, in our own way, forcibly not make ourselves be the only chosen one. Yeah. If one person is going up, it pulls the other people with us, so that other people can see it, or the young ones can see it and go, okay, if they're doing that, we can do it as well. Yeah,
absolutely. As our final notes, how would you 3 words to describe yourself? And I would say before Michelin and currently.
Oh, describe myself. 3 words. I don't know. That will come to your mind. Before Michelin. Okay, let's say Brixton and Fitzrovia. I think that's how I'm going to put it.
What about the third one?
3 words before enthusiasm, community, and love of feeding people. I think that's what it is. And after Michelin, passion for West African food, being an educator, and still love, I think.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, doesn't matter what comes. You have to love what you do to just carry on.
I do. I'm grateful for the fact that I love what I do. Yeah.
Well, we are grateful. We are grateful to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you so much again to be our first beautiful guest today.
Good. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much to everyone as well.
All the best.
All the best to you.
Thank you.